between just sort of picking between the names. Like if I was like, I have like QBTS, and it's like the reason that one. My wife was doing a course on data security, and some people within the industry were like, knew something. They're just like, oh, this thing is stock, and we've been talking about quantum. Like, yeah, whatever. It was cheap, and I had I get no idea how to pick between them. So I'm like, that's enough for me because ridiculously speculative. But if smart thinks that one's better than the others, and who the heck am I to decide? And there'd be no questions asked. It's still only 15. I guess we still don't have. I thought there might be follow through this afternoon in these quantum names, but it's just not. You know, you get the volume spike, the volume's already tapering off. Hold it, you know, no pullback into the prior breakout level. Highest here on Rigetti is just kind of diddle, which is a burger and win. Like that's, don't get me wrong, like you could be buying that bottom leg and scalping out, so there's no guarantee that sitting out Rigetti right now is the right thing. There's no guarantee that that trend break's any good. Like I take the trend break, and me, thankfully, technically not closed underneath the trend line. It broke the trend line, but it hasn't actually closed underneath the trend line. So to me, it's not a setup at this point. It's just, that's why no add. And then my stop is the prior bar high, like it always to be. Yeah. I just didn't want to trade it until after the or whatever. Like what? Like I feel like what if you get into it and then the first thing he does is for like randomly decide he wants to mention something about the quantum story, and you happen to be sitting. Good luck. Be kind of screwed. Not that he's going to say anything about quantum. You never really know.
One more question here in the chat. I'm going to put it on here. If I here it is, this one, I want to send it. There you go. I would. Next
they all.
Yeah, no, I think that Explorer Rob there. I was just playing around. There it is. Yeah, no, I think it's worth it. I mean, you know, especially if this president, if you think it's quantum related, just buy anything.
I don't know about IonQ, but like right now, Rigetti 40. You have two stops. You've either got the prior close stop at 30%, or you have the prior day low, which is either one of those stops, 10% or.
Talk through it, like even if
in the highs they get 50 something.
He's definitely going to get questioned on it. He's going to and these are American companies. He's going to talk about it, and I think he's going to be like, yeah, quantum is a thing we're looking at. Like, is he really see that? I think there's some truth behind these things, and we've seen it so many times. You know, we saw with the metals plays. He talked about USA and independence on oil, and then all coming out against Russia for their oil, and then China hops on board as well. I mean, you don't think the Chinese government is doing the same thing? That's why, like a name like Alibaba and some of their strong computer plays over there as well. So, yeah, I mean, I don't see a negative of trying to swing them. I mean, now whether or not the amount of money into that is completely up to you. But I think, as Neil just broke down there, but you think it's worth the swing. I mean, look at Ali. The story about them, what they doing glasses? Come on, give me a break. Who cares? So
they're not even that.
Well, they have that Quen. They have their chips are going. And yeah, China's a thing. So FYI on that. If they can get a deal with China, that's another thing.
That's what I feel
For
like.
me, Rob, Explorer 12, you're welcome. That's what I would do. I think it's worth it if you're a gambler. And tomorrow options, so you could also wait to do that. But I just think it's expensive to trade those tomorrow, especially if there is a story regarding the stream is up or Mike, maybe Daryl will come right in. Put on the screen.
And yes, I agree with you, Sir Poopy Hand. IBM is
There's a stream now. There's a stream now updated, and it looks like it may have been like ago. It's probably the last time I updated it, I guess. But yeah, it's up, but there's nothing that says we will. That screen I've seen has been up for like times before. Even today, before the current, it was up for like half an hour.
Game once again, and which is perfectly fine. And someone said in the chat, "Oh, you guys can't say what you this or that if you're not disclosing." Look, we've day traded some stocks. I can tell you personally, in my family, we have a little bit of QBTS.
Wrong. We
very
can't
long
say whatever we want.
We can say whatever we want. It's just we're not. It looks like a good tech. Personally, wouldn't swing it until, like I said, until I think the setup's not bad. I don't know if Rigetti would be the would swing. I think I might just stick with already have D-Wave. Like I'd probably be more inclined to just from a technical standpoint, it doesn't look bad. It might look just looking at the current price to the prior close is just it gets maybe a smidgen better this quarter. But I do from risk to reward standpoint. If you're just doing the whole coin that this gets confirmed and does another leg to the upside. Yeah, what was the revenue of Rigetti? 15 million maybe? Something like that. Right? Like what's the let me just I'm just gonna pull it up for real just to get the market cap. Sometimes we'll just say numbers and it's extreme. Yeah, okay, so $11.7 billion market cap. $11.7 billion market cap. This is not something remotely a fundamental play. The revenue, I said, okay, I thought the revenue was 15. 1 point. 1 point.
Market cap.
You can't get a backup shortstop for 1.8 million.
No.
Maybe just.
Okay, I think in hockey it's like around 1 something.
I'm saying, like you. Yeah, like trust me, the Jays have dudes who won't get into the water to make 1.8 million.
Oh.
That's Rigetti's revenue. So I'm not sitting here telling anybody that that's some kind of a investment. I just think.
You remember when it was down 80%?
Yeah, not anymore. It's not.
Look at this right off the
I thought it was like just way to come and buy the dip on IBM. 930.
The reason why I called this up about, you want to talk about the OG names here. If you wanted to, again, obviously when we talk swing trading, some of these names that have $1 million in Google's revenue just from YouTube alone, let alone everything else. I mean, these to each. This just might be a safer bet longer term if you do have. So we can wait to see if there's
more than 1.8 million revenue as you were saying that.
Yes.
Let's be real.
Yeah, you're probably right. So, I like the view up, but look what's happening here this afternoon. Like, I wish that there was a bit more spice in this market, but there's, so if you wanted to go short, and with the market up, hold off on doing any shorting, but I do still have the trade to break through 450 level. We just bounced off again, feeling pretty like we could have just bought these dips. So I think maybe getting that close to the 200 period moving average. So we are getting close, but I don't have there. Like we're looking at 440. That's what's not getting close. So a little bit of a dip down here. Minutes away from the imbalances, so that could be something. So let's just wait to make the new high again or close enough to it. So we'll back up to that. Look, $5 on Tesla can happen. Disney, we did have that bad Netflix number obviously yesterday, but then Netflix bouncing today, clean off 1100. What Disney's been doing, they didn't even have a reaction to Netflix yesterday, and they're just straight up right now, just boom to the upside there. If Warner Brothers, which is BD, they're going to talk about and all that kind of stuff. If someone's acquiring Warner Brothers, like that is for the content. Remember, Disney's also ABC and ESPN, all the sports that they're involved with. Plus, you get the theme park business, which is really the money maker anyways. I think Disney, if we're going to have some talk, no one's buying out Disney or anything like that, but this to their properties and their what they have as far as all of artistic properties. I like Disney working. We just had a nice little downside flush in Disney as well. We're back up to this 125 area, but you still have a little bit of air. Like every stock we're gonna call up, man. I mean, there's the 200 period moving average.
Whichever one it
bouncing off of. Right?
Respect the 50, some respect the 200.
IBM ticked way down today and then bounced off. GE Vernova yesterday move and even more than that intraday. That was real down 535 on a miss for GE Vernova. So yeah, missed opportunity was taking that trade. You're at 20%.
By the time the appointment yesterday, by the time I realized that I was so mad.
I mean, you would have just had to say, you know what, I'm taking this.
But I wasn't aware of what was happening. Like I never had the chance to be like, oh, I should just get involved.
They're playing the intro Trump music. Trump has arrived, and I will keep you all posted.
But there's music when he comes in? There we go. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, so let's go over to IonQ. Right now, talking about the cartels in Venezuela, as we had already knew that was it. Rig, yeah, I mean that's
thank you,
oil.
Steven Springer.
Yeah, go ahead.
Shout out to that's a great name. Shout out to who just gave us the greatest moment.
Who I bet on for World Series MVP.
That's it.
And a one.
I like that bet. Rig, look at this trend. About as clean as it gets from the first pattern. Go back to clear the trend line from bottom to top. When this breaks if this breaks breaking out the top of this trend line, pure tech gold, it just hasn't, like, it's at the line. So, like, for me, if I was like, it has to break out the $4 level, or I'm not even thinking about getting involved. It's on a daily chart. So, it has to love as well. Right? So you need a couple of things to happen for the. But yeah, I do like that setup there on rig. It just needs a little. But we kind of thought there'd be something for quantum, but have my eyes on Rigetti here potentially. Still not going on just yet, but I do like that play.
I mean, if you're looking at something that's maybe not at this point, would be Uber, and Uber is pulling back into VWAP, so it's like that NVIDIA breakout point. Right when the volume started to pick up again, excuse me, right into here, 94 change. Well, I know why I'm tired, because we swam again. Swimming again for the first time in 2 weeks.
Yeah, give your
midday.
body.
So now, yeah, that's probably what it is. Okay, just an excuse, I guess.
It's crazy how like you have a regular workout routine and you don't do it for 2.
Yeah.
Going on here or fatigue, but then the second you get back into the swing of things, I'm the same. I actually like mentally, if I don't work out for,
that's what I want to get back.
My mental health is
What's up, Joe?
I get like
yeah, I want to thank Joe for taking that spot from me. The pictures tomorrow of the car. So, yeah, I just
that's all good.
No, there's no. In case it was something regarding the car, is what I was. Enercare.
Huh?
Right. Enbridge. It's the furnace.
Oh, gotcha.
They probably want to do like maintenance check. Maybe I'll see what the voicemail says.
It's a good time of year.
Yeah.
You know, we went to when we went.
Yeah, our heat's already.
It was
right. That's the other thing. Replacing
the filter and it was fine.
Changing of the filter in the furnace.
Yourself, yeah.
I have a bunch of filters sitting around my house. So IonQ, because I got them at Costco, so I have like, all right, but maybe we need new ones. That's good remembering. I think you're supposed to change. So I think what
he always does.
Yeah, there it is. Thanks for the reminder. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I'm always nervous about that. That's one of my worst. Like that's it's not a fear of mine. You just call somebody, but it's times where you wake up and there's no hot water or something like that. Do your hot water tank.
How did my sister-in-law? They have like in the house.
Rolled or something.
It was like freezing cold. They didn't have any hot water. Like that's a big deal. Someone there. Like,
I guess I'm
homeowner, you get everyone's bad about that diligence. It's the same thing as like you're trading a stock, you zoom out, you check daily chart look like, what are the, is there new, I've been trading it 3 days in a row, is there new news on it? All the stuff that you're supposed to do is the same. You just make sure that you do all the maintenance you're supposed to. Risk of your maintenance, it's all, but the downside risk if you don't do it, it's like maintaining your car. You know?
Yeah, that's good.
It's just not. It's not worth the risk of being lazy. Which, let's go to it there. Oh, no.
Trump updates right now. He just spent a whole bunch of time thanking some people, and now he's telling that have been stopped. But I do want to mention here, earnings tonight at 4 p.m. And the companies reporting after the bell, Deckers and Ford, they're going to be the most of note. Tomorrow morning, though, we do have necessarily a huge day trade name, but a name to watch nonetheless. And guys, if you're thinking, I want to know more about Intel and Ford, or tell you where TTV, because I have these fun little earnings infographics. I made one for Intel as well. I showed that earlier. For Ford too. If you enjoy this fun Ford navy blue and you want to learn how the company reported last quarter, what they're going to quarter and their guidance for the year, check out X at TTV Research doing these for all the major earnings names next week as well. So I'll be very X at TTV Research. We'll back to you.
Yeah, maybe.
Jim Farley.
Guy responsible for the huge Ford turnaround. So, yeah, but I just got a new furnace. So, but the heat pump would be, I guess, water. So, yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
Around here.
that's true.
But so yeah, maybe I should consider that. My house is 30 years old. Okay. It looks like this is just going to be cartel talk. So we did for now, anyways. We'll keep it up. I do have it up. Tesla's pushing 447, so there's a possibility there. We did get out of at the 50-period moving average because I was getting bored of it. That's my bad. Held it, and we talked about this. Sometimes good trading is boring trading. Wrong with waiting for your trades to come through. I just 10% left, and I wasn't super interested in it, and just thought I was going to drift a little bit. I mean, the futures are just so exciting here this afternoon. So we're right now into VY and not doing a whole heck of a lot. Tesla could go, so I'm gonna be gone. Maybe Joe can sit here with you for 5 or 10 minutes. But Joe is also doing the market recap. So pressure on that. Right here, trying to get through for Tesla. I like the stock. I wish we would have took it there. Moving average, but I'm going to play a little bit of momentum here on Uber and see if I feel like it's going to be a break type of moment here with like a third of a unit or a quarter of a unit there. We can get on it on the break, then yay for me. I'm not trying to set the this trade, but if this breaks tomorrow morning, hopefully tomorrow we open up around 4, bang it to the upside. That would be really good.
I prefer break in the morning. Because if it works, you can hold it all. It's not that you can't, you can win on It's just that you just rally all day. Either 450 can go to 470. Oh, 450 can't go to 470 if it happens now because there's just not enough time. Which is that's like, don't break it yet. Don't break it in the after. And hold,
Yeah.
well, we can take. You can always.
And there's also a blue ocean, right? Like if this ocean could be.
Suspect that
What's intel?
I know a certain no chance. They probably were looking at it yesterday. What was the
Joe was trading blue ocean. I think Tesla.
Joe trades blue ocean. What else would you trade? Only Tesla on.
No.
Oh yeah, I guess those are in play.
Nvidia is always in play.
Yeah, you trade ocean, which is the overnight market. You're gonna trade what's in play. Like you wouldn't trade for reason to be active in the aftermarket. So yeah, quantum names would have made sense. Always does wrong because it's Nvidia, Tesla. You can't tell me that's pretty tradable. Like goes into 29, just clean trend back 420 a couple times. Like there's some scalp trading. Obviously look vastly different. But once you get accustomed to it, yeah, that 450 is feeling a little bit less likely. These are lower highs it's putting in. It's not really breakout at this point. This is Kenview useless. That's buyout.
I mean,
Verizon $1 million league.
Oh, Kenview.
Rocket 1 million shares. Oh, that's from the morning. Never mind. SMR. SMR is the early look. IMQ is an early look. 800,000 sell and bounce. There's a couple of names in here that could be between SMR and IonQ, I suppose, for some imbalances there.
I was going to say, people keep on asking are good names to trade or Telwar. Okay. So Palantir, all right? Like your security, you know, help with board. So I think that's good there. Intelligence contracts, a lot of data Palantir can win. Honeywell also is doing something. A little bit of Honeywell here. Technologies, that's a good one. FLIR, FLIR. I was just looking. That might be the wrong. It's heat detection. I believe.
Oh, okay.
That they use there. And then of course, I looked back a decent amount here on the daily. So Lockheed Martin, well, back into the 50 period.
Raytheon's better than.
Yeah, and then that was the other one. So we already looked. I talk about this one all the time. It's a boom.
Just a great stock.
Yeah, right there.
And like investing in.
And then, like, even some of the shipping companies, you know, FedEx, something like that. But I don't know if that is a story for FedEx. But yeah, maybe body. What's the company that makes the body cam? It's like, this is basic. To me, the only way to play it is like through border controls.
Yeah, you just keep it simple with the defense names.
Yeah, no, Northrop, another one, NOC, so air contract, things like that, surveillance.
I just feel like
Axon.
Axon.
The police cameras. So you could just see like you're sort of ticking up here today, not the volume that we would need to train. No, this could be another one of those plays. So I put so many in here as well. Archer, yeah, like any of the drone plays, I think, is another good one. So Archer innovation. Yeah, possible good name here. Yeah, those are some good ideas. And this has already come back in a lot. Name that we didn't have Brian on Tuesday because we have us and we don't want to. Brian will be back next week. But yeah, this is also a play I would think. Archer, but they had to break out. Why I bring up Brian is that he was looking at if. So I don't think he's in it or anything like that, but this was just a level here that looks so getting some value could be one. And we talked about the 50 period and the 200 period. So Archer, we'll go for that, man. I think that's not a bad level there.
You can pretty much forget about any of the quantum names. Catch. Stick and forth.
Yeah, it doesn't look like.
It doesn't look like it. Rigetti's back, losing V1 to the break. It's now 338, so I feel like almost even if it did get there, you know, kind of like what's. So we're breaking in the other direction on Rigetti. I don't know, we did have this. It's so frustrating because it was like shotgunning out of it, and that ended up being the high of the day. Thinking, where's the next long? And it turns out that was actually got a super chat.
I think this is probably the right play.
This is Dave's trade. Oh, thank you very much for putting
it's
it.
Not that silly, this one.
Eyes down to close. Trump is in it. RGTI.
Well, if he doesn't mention
he does back at the lows.
I think he will. Here, Derek. Oh, hi, Derek. That's pretty cool. I just met you. During these press conferences, generally there's a Q&A or no?
It depends. There are times in trouble. One, like when he does announce with Netanyahu, I was really shocked and like, yeah, let's not do one right now. But 95% of the time there is a Q&A. A lot of people ahead of time, so I expect we'll get a lot of talks from other people. We get any kind of Q&A if there is one. There will or will not be, but as I mentioned, I would say the rule one. I'll keep you guys posted once I have a better sense.
Okay, so we have to say that.
Yes.
Thank you very much. I think you heard the same thing, that Trump is mentioning that he got a call from concerned about San Francisco. He's sending in the National Guard. Into
my knowledge, anyways.
I guess maybe Jensen's. I don't know what. That's going to be nothing to do with the stock. I mean, National Guard, like their offices at NVIDIA. I don't even know where NVIDIA office in SoCal. I don't know where NVIDIA is. Actually, I should know this. At the Denny's, right, where he was working as he thought about this. So, anyways,
I cheated.
Gold. Oh, Santa Clara. Okay, so all right, so same sort of a zone. Someone just said gold making a move down here. So this is rough. Most recently, and buy that I have of any significance is gold right here at the. So yeah, this is making a move down. As the world becomes more uncertain, I would think gold the upside, but a gold move is people are just could have been on this move down here. I think there could be some more extensions. Gold's not really reacting. 400. I think there's a lot of people maybe who are playing the break of 400. There's some sell action happening right now. I do still think he doesn't really. So there's that. So we'll wait to see what happens. Yeah, that's what it is. Oh God, down at Rogers Center at 7:20 a.m. tomorrow. Early at work, if that's what happens. With a girlfriend of hers that also was on my team for the rep. I'll go see if she can catch a ride
on Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday we're taking the whole family.
Everyone's going. Oh, great.
Yeah, we've got 4 tickets on Saturday, so we're gonna go. Our stand.
Gossman.
No, it's Yamamoto. Yeah, it's Snell versus Savage tomorrow.
To me, I'm the most afraid of him.
Yes, I'd rather not be him, because I could go to the game and we get goo.
The guy is a walking no-hitter watch.
I'm nervous about it, but just to be able to go to the World Series is something.
Yeah, bucket list.
I
never went. 92, 93 as a kid. Didn't go either. So for me, this is gonna be my first World Series. I'm going to be a little. I already am more of a child, but it's the journey, man. We go to spring training every single year. Go to opening day every single year. We usually get a chance to World Series. We've been holding 9 years for this moment. Just don't stink. I'm already nervous. We have an update from Trump.
Sorry, guys, I want to provide a quick Trump data. Donald Trump has stopped. Attorney General Pam Bondi start to speak. So at this point, I will let other officials at that'll happen. I'll let you know again as this continues to happen. I don't know how many up to speak.
Okay, there we go. Thank you very much. As always, Dara. That's how we roll. Settings and bounces are going to drop.
Very much.
Just Kenview and RKT, QBTS. These are growing. SMR 1,000 before, QBTS 900,000, same as it was before. If I see these start to move or anything, I'd say more than the imbalances, we'll certainly let you guys know. For the David, for now, the hype is certainly working out. Say something and then be able to react to it with a song, but sort of like that's seemingly working out for you there. Don't forget after the bell tonight, you've got 2 picks Ford, and our poll has 1,500 votes. And I haven't checked it on purpose. It's still Intel by a pretty decent margin.
Okay.
Percent of you would rather buy Intel before earnings versus Ford. Get it? We're talking about Ford. It's not one of these stocks. Like, look at Intel the last little bit. Pull up going into earnings. I guess Ford's having a good run as well, but it's not nearly in the same time, like 20-something%, and Intel's more than double. I voted for, I think literally the only reason I voted for Ford, because I figured it at good earnings. You're not paying here. Not that I would want to buy either one. The whole point of the poll. Right. And despite the fact that you probably price, or for a lot of people, I would imagine stocks is priced, and I wouldn't necessarily disagree with you. I want to buy either one. And of course, 4 is at the low of the day.
Yeah, that SCNX right now is 250 right now. So anybody that was looking at this to try, congratulations, you caught something. You caught right there off the 200 p, ripped off of this. I mean, it was. That's the green thing. Huge trade there off of that. And we said, sometimes you got to look at these, catch something, and that looks like that's exactly with SCNX. Also, real ham, real good right now. Only 1 minute to, or sorry, 4 minutes to go until imbalances. So it looks like Tesla does move up to 450 again. So let's wait. You guys have had this trade on. I don't think it is. Tesla moved like even just in the
SCNX just halted up.
Oh, did it? Okay. So
SCNX did at 260.
Probably won't.
Yeah. Well, I think it's actually 345 right now. 346. So halt to the upside. As we were just talking about for SCNX. This in almost full blown crazy squeeze past. What's that wick? Like $3 and then it's gone completely not here. So SCNX still bounces. Remember, a stock that open up. I know for sure if it halts after 350, you won't open till 4. In the other case, I don't in the last 10 minutes. So my guess is you're waiting till 4 o'clock here. At least from my understanding of the rules. I'm not in it, so it doesn't really matter. Very, very careful. If you are in it, then you might not 4 o'clock, and then it'll be the aftermarket.
Open up and go crazy in the aftermarket.
There's the aftermarket, so it's even heightened. Like you could have even crazier moves. So 3 minutes till the imbalances. I'm going to keep an eye on TS because, it was SMR.
Right.
Yeah, SMR has a sell imbalance on it, and it's watch SMR personally because it's the only early look that's even remote. Less than 1 million shares isn't that great. It could always come out bigger.
Right here, I want to thank you for that. Call it down here. There it is, sending this one through. So we did talk about Oscar earlier and Molina, but we didn't really get over it. So in the afternoon, I don't think we like. I'm a little bit. I'm invested in Oscar, but that was because it came down into here. So we're a long time ago. I was, we had my good. This looked breaking through here, up there. I still think Oscar for long term. I mean, they're trying to change with the app version. It's what they're doing with the healthcare. So yeah, they caught a stray today. That's fair. Their earnings are coming up, so I'm a little bit nervous about this position, but I don't know enough. One is directly related to the other, or one should not have. This was down 20%. Yeah, so still is, but look where they were at 153. So I feel like the bounce here is similar to what's been happening here. You guys tell me, but dips in good names, and Oscar's been a good name. There is a short as well, so we're not that grouchy about this one, but I do like right here and bouncing again off the 50 bridge on the daily. So something to think about for Oscar. I'm still trying to watch Tesla. Cookie Monster.
Look, man, if you you literally live out just talking all kinds of smack all the time.
Yeah.
That's a G right there. Oscar. What a great show that was.
All right. Still these imbalances and negotiate that when they, and I think Tesla's going to be the one. So I'm going to get out of here. I'm just trying to I got to take the subway up, and Neil's going to fill. Oh, you want to come in here and sit here? And put the mic on. Joe's in the seat in a couple seconds here, so that should be really. Thanks, Joe. I want to see what Joe thinks about that move in Bitcoin this afternoon. Yeah, I've been kind of ham in the afternoon, then just stopped doing anything like that continuation, and we held 10-10 or 110, 10-10, same thing. But the imbalances just dropped in here, and 3 million sell imbalance. Apple's a 1 those are the two biggest names. That's pretty small for Apple either. Amazon's a sell of 1 million imbalances, so 3 mil. That should mean the overall imbalances, but those aren't big enough to really get me that interested. I actually see. I just saw for a split second there for about a minute. 1.1 million to the buy. TS is half interesting. There literally did not. Yes, with an over 1 million buy imbalance, it pops back instantly. So I'm going to trust the market on Nothing Burger. Just punch out of this YAI. Essentially just held this silly thing all day long. 0.095. I was just sitting in this. I might try the short in this all day long again tomorrow. Like a breakdown headed back into like 70 cents. Because underneath VWAP, it did almost. So just going to short VWAP until it stops by AI. But yeah, that was kind of a nothing version. This is what I want.
What's up, gents?
I know you
King of the castle.
traded this today, right?
I did.
So what do you make of what looked like? Shoot, I gotta turn this off. So I'm hearing myself through your mic. This technical breakout where it looked like it was gonna be good. It's immediate pullback.
Yep.
Like, what the heck was it?
Man.
Do you stay bullish on it despite that? Because it's a good bounce.
I want to fold this on a call after that spike.
On the spike?
Like, okay, this is what I'm looking for to see. As soon as you just follow through, I'm like, all right, like a paper could have. If it's gonna pull back like that, and that move not being sustained, and then I can just hop back in a little bit more patient and not kind of front run the trade that I was. So
what I like about that is it's kind of like my. It looks to me. Chart. It looks looks to me like, oh, you're filling in the gap, breakout, but the second it pulls in a resistance, nothing doing. So like, okay, back into only playing it off of the consolidation areas.
Yeah.
Thinking longs, 62, like 61 and a half or something along those lines.
Yeah. I'm looking for it to continuously hold, right, Neil? So if it does do that key support level again, then I think we might on that move to that previous all-time high. I think it's been the same narrative for some time. It goes into these multi-month consolidations. Like higher, consolidates for a couple of months, timing it to when.
Like looking at it, it's just everyone and their mother is probably looking at this. We want to play here up to one. Today we were going to get that little 11, and then you just all systems go. This is your entry, and give it to low.
You see what I mean, though? It's just like a strong leg up, consolidate liquidity, strong leg up. That next strong move, I think.
I use one. This is for Bitcoin right now. I'm only looking at these buying. I've been buying.
Yeah.
So I look at this, and it's like when it did this, we're in the 70s, and I'm thinking I really like it up here.
Yeah.
I'm kind of waiting for like the when it gets down.
Yeah, absolutely. And honestly, the less I truly like it. Why? Because I think it's happened relatively quick. So we need to absorb before we make that additional push higher. So I'm waiting. What was the news that dropped level before? I forget what it was.
Those huge liquidations over the week.
Oh yeah, it was the specific catalyst.
I thought it was part and parcel with the China concern. The China concern.
Exactly.
Risk off. And
so it was like, okay, Donald Trump, President Xi warned gold. Sure enough, he's like 110% tariffs. And then it's off aggressively, and then it did get bought up a little bit. But maybe gladly piece in too. It's just kind of like if this happens, then I'm gonna do that, and so on until
that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
And that's what you need for a trade. If this happens, I will. However, for too long when doing those types of trades, trading, you don't have to. You also will start. You don't have to worry about that. You fool changing the game with markets. And they've got limited risk trading. Capital and trade the pool. It allows traders to focus on what matters. Discipline, growth. I can agree with that. When you hit the profit target of the profits, no fear, just real opportunity. That's the revolution of limited risk. Trade the pool. So visit tradethepool.com now in front of you to get 10% off evaluation. Shout out to them.
Yep.
Casey in the chat just said AM most desired advanced micro devices or advanced money destroyer or what do you call it?
It's duplicator now. Duplicator now.
I use one term with stocks that look like this, right? Look, your stock is upward trending.
Yeah.
Only went short on it. Why? Because said every time I see a chart like this, I'm like, man, I should have been long. It doesn't matter. Yeah, you should have been short. I came in with a short bias today, so like the best on a day like today, if you had a short bias, if you're green, you should be real happy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's go to Adair. We got some breaking news.
Trump just casually mentioned President Xi of China next week, saying he thinks it'll come out of that meeting. So again, Trump reminded President Xi of China. I know this meeting has been super back and forth, as mentioned it today. That's White House press secretary. She said it was officially when he's in Asia, where they're going to meet, and then Trump actually confirming it again here. It looks like for now, President Trump's meeting with President Xi of China in South Korea is a long.
Hopefully that's going to add some positive market. I was in I was in some rolling. I was in some ammo, and then I got out on, I believe it was Tuesday.
Yeah.
The rest of it out Wednesday. But yeah, I like
a great bounce on Amazon.
Yeah. I mean, it was nice, right? You get the of that support level, and then you get in off of that, and then you get a little pop. But that's just a couple of days. You're in and out, and that's it. Too bad a look there, guys. You know that we were trading that one. Last night I went short initially.
What price? I was curious to know of anybody that was
like 24, 324, 24 or something along those lines. I forget whatever the number. Yeah, no, but see though, I was short a couple minutes like that, just shortly after the Blue Ocean open, and then I'm like, it's Blue Ocean, easier. So if something's moving direction, don't counter trend it until other ends, right? As obviously as that may sound, really quick, and then I went long from 25, which
that's what our boy, I don't want to say.
Yeah.
He used to trade on the floor as his own office now, and he's a Blue Ocean trader that I know. That's one of the things he always talks about is you just and it's so much. It's always good, but because of the liquidity, liquidity is going to be a little bit lower. Only about 30 seconds ago. I don't know if you have to set up. I'm going to let you go set up. Thanks for popping. You've got Ford earnings at the bell with Joe. Dara will be there for you guys. About 20 seconds up Intel, just to show you guys how strongly this is going into these earnings. Like 0.5% and just broke the high of the day. So over there on Intel, you would rather have had Intel than Ford, and this close by Globex. Shout out to them, and we're on day for the market. It's not huge. Full percentage on the NASDAQ, 0.5% over there on the ES. There, the Dow also for crypto as well. But remember, earnings season, time reversals, and IBM great reversal off the lows. Tesla lows. AAPL reported, but tonight you've got a stake in them. Yeah, but we're gonna find out for sure. We'll have Ford. Why? Because we're everything you need in terms of going over what's happening, what to prepare for tomorrow. Desk with Adara, Joey Chill, Joey Runway, whatever you want to call me. Let's head on to the desk. Bye, everybody.
That's a lot of nicknames, guys. Yeah, thank you so much for being here with On the Market Rate. To President Donald Trump, who actually right now it's Todd Blanche of the a revolving door of individuals speaking right now, but Trump himself, and if there is a Q&A, which I prepare for Asia, but if there is ANTC supposed to be coming first here at 4 p.m. on that.
We got a hawk in it.
Nice. Yeah. I'll take a look for that report.
Pardon me? Yeah, we got a pop already in INT starting to climb, so something out with lip
we got the earnings
company. There we go. INTC,
yeah.
Those numbers.
A little bit, yeah. Adjusted earnings of 23 cents per share, of 1 cent per share. Sales 16.35. 13, third time's a charm. 13.3 billion versus estimates of 13.137. That is a healthy double beat for Intel. Now, I'll be looking for any see anything. Certainly keep you guys posted on that. But again, I'll remind you guys of the ETAs for tonight. So we've got NEM 5 along with Deckers and Ford. Of those three, Ford probably the most closely and should not be discounted. I was just telling Joe off camera there. Yeah. Guiding Q4 revenue between billion and 12.8 billion dollars. Not seeing the report a double beat. They also had a 13. Trump's just asking people have questions. He's trying to get them to ask about. They'll ask about whatever they want to ask. You posted. INTC, here's their guide, Joe. Wow. I also just mentioned their revenue 13.8 bill. So the midpoint is 13.37 bill. Great report. This guide comparison to that. What's your INTC?
Yeah, I mean, it's phenomenal. They're continue its breakout. It's been a choppy mess for quite some time. Important coming into. If there's a strong forward guide, watch the market in, but a double beat across the board. That's good. More comments there. So with AM time hyperscalers like the best also taking a 10% stake. This is absolutely massive. It goes all the way to $40, guys. We're now at this from a to the daily Adara as you're starting to bring us some more
revenue
through some key resistance zones. There goes Intel.
Yeah, founder revenue for Q3 4.24 to 4.51 billion. It is a miss nonetheless. It's also worth noting here, operating margin though is actually we were expecting here 40%, 6.1% expected. That is way better than expected, and a bit shaky. Centering AI revenue, Joe.
Okay.
That coming in here 4 versus 3.97 billion expected, and current demand is outpacing supply.
Wow.
Persist into 2026. This is Decker is CEO. I posted this earlier in terms of how much the stock's been up since. It's up like a cool 44%, and that's as of yesterday's close. So great look for CEO for the stock in the new millennium. I'm waiting. I'll keep you guys posted on that. Any more thoughts on Intel here, Joe?
No, it's we want to see, as you mentioned, there only a sec as the CEO. This is huge. Been with INTC. Watch for the continue on the wrong. So let's go. Boom. There it is. So a good look up to 4 on the earnings report. We're going to be looking for that. The next step to 51. Is that going to happen in a single day? Absolutely not.
All right, I want to talk about forward here. And this happens sometimes. They got actually some business updates from them. Companies like to do that simultaneously yesterday. So F1 Watch, they did their series Super Duty production. They're going to be adding up to 900 new complex at the Kentucky truck plant, or Kentucky, I guess I'll call it. Their business earnings. Oh, I have to click a link to view them. If I get more emails, like no hard. They did announce that production update. Joe, I'm going to look for more numbers here. Let's see. ECK Deck.
Okay.
I actually did a double beat. Now, this is a name that historically does not earnings, but decent reaction, and the double beat again never hurts. Q2 cents for 7 sales, 1.431 billion. That is a double beat for our friends at DEC Ford, but I'll keep you posted as I get Ford. What are your thoughts here on the Deckers charts? And
so let's talk a little bit about, again, you know what, I say this consistently, and we're seeing that displayed here, Dara. To the downside, profit more SUV also lowers annual guidance supplier, which is a big factor in for guidance. There, we've seen that the Intel was in line, but now that guide, not too good of a look. Stock moving.
Here, adjusted early estimates 36 cents. Adjusted into $3 billion versus the prior guide at $3.5 billion to $4.3. Adjusted free cash flow guide considerably, $1.5 billion to $2 billion in 2025 from that fire, as you mentioned there, and the 5 adjusted EBITDA between $6 billion and estimates of $6.5 billion and $7.5 billion. People are saying I'm yelling. I'm not trying to yell, but I am listening to President. Also, got a lot going. Appreciate all of your patience and understanding. I want to take a look at Newmont. And Newmont is mining maybe for a bit of upside. They're not really huge. Adjusted 1 cent versus estimates of 142. Say 5 to 4 billion. 3 billion expected. 4 companies so far, and 4 double.
Yeah, everybody's double beating across the board. They're very interesting stuff. On the Deckers play, you can decide crushing through some key support we got going on from a daily perspective, and watch out 5 guys the most to the downside. And when you have an earnings play, if you can move, and there it goes, Kadera, do you have the infographic on deck?
Yeah. My phone, my mic.
No problem.
I was checking.
Yeah, guys, once again, another move to the downside. We had and TC moving higher, and their records 11.6% expected move. Even move. Be surprised if we exceed that move. That is going to be really so. Dare wait for more information on that one. But what do we have? Outdoor sales greater than 1.4 billion. In quarter 268 million. Once we get a little bit. This we're going to see, but as for the technicals, guys, we're going to head back into see if that momentum has stalled or we're continuing. Let's go over to my screen here, Fabian, momentarily, as we very much, and straight flush to the downside. Be careful. You don't want trading them in the aftermarket. Make sure you wait for that vol to cool off. That's usually the first 5 minutes, and then you're going to have the specific direction. That system for a long time. I like it a lot. Adara. Let's see what we.
Yeah, for the major earnings, I'm going to go over some of these other earnings names. People are mentioning, wow, I'm a Joe. That's called Comfort Systems, and it is volume on this. I'd be lying if I told you guys it's probably not my watch list tomorrow. Over the earnings for the that's pushing higher. Q3 cents per share, well above sales. $2.45 billion versus 2.1. Trump right now talking about what he said. His first question is going to be, you guys. Shout out to Darwin and a couple other people in our chat for mentioning. We'll pull up BYD. This is not coming out of China. This is Boyd Gaming, and Boyd Gaming has taken a little bit for them, at least for right now. 17 estimate for $4 billion. Well over $1 billion, but Joe, they don't like this number for whatever reason. Report over Intel.
Absolutely.
And for earnings one more time here. You want to say quickly before we go over that?
No, let's talk a little bit more Intel as we $41, and then now rejecting it now at 40.50. So on this one, guys, patience is key.
Intel, INTC. So INTC, as I said earlier, report itself. We heard everybody talking earlier today. So 23 cents per share versus estimates of 1 cent. And sales 3 billion, well above estimates of 13.13. So guidance sales they're expecting between 28 billion below estimates, 37 billion. Their adjusted gross margin is 40% versus 36.1 operating margin, which is insanely above estimates of 3. Crazy. Data center and AI revenue above estimates. And no one when I tell you that demand supply, they want to see that continue. Ford, I do want to go over Ford. What did actually have a double beat? Adjusted earnings, 30 sales, 47.185 bill versus 6 bill expected. Above estimates. Ford Blue EBIT above estimates. Model E loss though for EBIT, so that's maybe a bit concerning. Your adjusted free cash guidance for the fiscal year got cut.
I mean, attendance is extremely important. We go there. It is now back up to $12.20. That's a nice recovery. Iteration, open, close, open. You're getting a little bit strong downside on that one. Back to INTC because in back up to 40.46. That's a big idea as the customer. The government taking a 10% stake for that buyer, and I'm a little off topic here. Like some other struggling XN, we know that they reported the other day as well. Secretary Lutnick got them to states in the AI and the data center build out. Will we see it again?
Sure here. I think we're gonna have to wait and find out. TXN today is around 173. They chop around that level all day, so not too much for that. I mentioned it. I saw this report. So CNB reporting that Target plans 1,000 employees, 800 open positions. So it sounds like they're going to position their existing employees. Now, with regards to Intel, I want to take a reminisce on a simpler time for Intel, and I'm kind of joking CEO a while back. But I do think it's worth going back to. I don't want to Intel for like. I don't want to be rude, but like, I think we have to during the comment revenue dropping 36%, 109%. Says we delivered so that was for Q1 23.
Okay.
A little bit, we have 2024, and he said the solid pros, and then he lost his job. So, or make light of Pat Gelsinger in any way, but I do think well that happened at that company. Speaking of, we have to talk, Joe, about the saga today, and I've been at the news desk in terms of like you said, Trump and Musk breakup, or firing Powell.
You know what, Adair, it's kind of, we not making any money just yet. And these phenomenal runs to call the whole quantum space because there's a lot of attraction from the region, yet there's no real. So how are we looking at this? It's exciting, but putting it from an earnings standpoint, from a revenue standpoint, which is really, would you classify quantum names in the experience of BYND, the C's, in that specific category, but I don't think you can during your down names.
Yeah. I like that you clarify or Mimi as much as it has been wild. Like I have never my ex post, like just them apparently, according to Yahoo Finance, there are no U.S. investment in. Rigetti tells CNBC, actually, we're talking the U.S. needs us. And CNBC said, when talking, and then we get, what is in talks with these clearly back and forth to snap, 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 snap. Really felt enough for the these quantum names, I do want to talk about Joe because we chat. So they are real estate names. Funds from operation here was at 1.7, 1.78, 1.577 billion versus 1.8. So it looks like they also raised their DLR. If you guys have any earnings, let me know. People are likely an Intel Simp AMA is advanced. If you look at that, a little bit of an up. Will AMD continue pushing higher?
A sympathy play with that.
Yeah,
Sympathy play. Just to add one more thing about your digital realty, 152 million analyzed and the third, a backlog. NVIDIA up to 37. Who that it has? This is considering what we experienced at the peak of 2024. It was down almost 6 and recovered and put it in. Think about this move here.
I have to say, I'm going to make. I think the comparison makes sense. I'll use a daily chart. You're not necessarily in the same space, no, but they both have significant news. AMD had the OpenAI related, of course, with their it was maybe a bit eyebrow raise, that massive guidance, right? It's like honestly, like a little bit of a big push to the upside. Your all-time highs. Now let's look at Oracle. Oracle been in a downtrend really from this comparison to looks much comparatively actually all across the board or sell overseas.
Well, AIM is going to guide about it. I think that there is also the because it's like, oh yeah, great, you're getting Google's back expense. Your worries as soon as that deal was made, factors as well. You're more like, and apparently maybe that experience in Oracle and sustainable for deals, an AI deal, at least 2026. Really going for Oracle, I don't know. It has more in the pipeline for Oracle.
Yeah, one thing about them both, obviously to different degree, that is the case for broad. But I do think that's something I want the writer here talking about. X strong earnings around 1,000 shares, so probably not something unless you are kind of likes that stuff. But
today,
I really very. But anyways, the point I'm trying to make types of names up because in the day can be a bit. In addition to that double beat, here's Intel. We went over it, and really strong was not as strongly in Lee. This name, the upside, great.
Through again, consolidation phase. 4 years later, all that pressure is now in INTC and even tomorrow future. They're working with the government and VDA a deal with AMD in integration and we're starting to hear in INT. Months ago with DARA, roughly $40 and $50, that's $100 roughly in the month. Who would to be a move in Intel? Done, kaput. What to do? Was he going to split a bit enough government stepping deals?
Yeah, I still think, and I had this is business now. Joe, they are kind of as the U.S. government invest. Kind of feel like Adara. How do you know this? Intel's board. August 2024 specifically because he disagreed with related to the situation with the foundry. Still struggling. And then a very, very politely friend zoned. We're happy with TSLA. What was he zoned Intel to Lit-Wutan ASM how they missed on feeling they'll continue to struggle with it. Oh, yeah.
Strike. Yeah. The fact that now we'll get that those facts. Actually, I'm thinking it was extremely excited, but they're coming out with some pretty prices going to be sustained. $40. I would, if you even get that consolidation, been up, covered. $0.01. The SUVs in the FL on the Mach-E.
For the Mach-E, yeah, there was one of the loss there was larger than eBay in the Model better revenue, better than expected. One, but they expect $2 billion